Hello everyone, it's Robin here, and today we're going to do something just a little bit different. Now, about a week ago, I was tagged by Nina from Wrestling with Disney in a very special pin tag that was created by two other YouTubers, Taryn from Tinkerbell Taryn and Abby and Hope from the Disney Sisters. And this pin tag is called With a Smile and a Song. And what it does is it matches pins in your collection to Disney songs. Sounds like a great collaboration to me, right? Well, I've been enjoying watching everyone else's videos, and I really sometimes feel like I think I'm at the end game of this one because a lot of people have already posted them, and but I've enjoyed watching them and getting to know more about them through their pin collections and through these Disney songs. So I am super excited and thankful for Nina for tagging me to get me, you know, just push me in the direction so that I can do the pin tag too. The first song is You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan, and that's an awesome song. And what this is showing off your heart-shaped pin. And I have the perfect pin because I absolutely adore this pin. And this pin is Mickey and Minnie Mouse in a heart, but look, the heart is like stitched together. Isn't that awesome? And if you look inside the detail in the light blue, it has hearts, but there's also Mickeys in there too. But I adore this heart, and I collect the Mickey and Minnie Mouses because I like them when they're as a couple. It just always somehow reminds me of Rod and myself, so I just really like this. And I love old school Minnie with her flower in her hat. So this pin is awesome. Now this pin you can still get now. It's an open edition pin, and they have a few other styles of this pin. I think they have Lady and the Tramp and a few other ones. But I'm gonna share something that I just got. Now I've been trying to get a hold of this one too, and when I do some of my Instagram live sales, I'm just not fast enough on the button, but I was able to finally get, and I pulled this right out of my pin mail to show you, so I haven't even shown you yet. But it's October and it's Halloween, and Rod and I just went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. We had bows on that were like Jack and Sally, but I got the same pin as Jack and Sally. Look at that, it's Jack and Sally in that same heart design. And you know, their background is super cute. It has, you know, the iconic swirls from Nightmare Before Christmas, but I have little bats and everything in there. So this is a nice one too. I love this. Our next song is Kiss the Girl from The Little Mermaid. And I love all the music from The Little Mermaid, but this Kiss the Girl song is pretty fun too. And this song is a pin that is your favorite Disney couple. Well, my favorite Disney couple is Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I think I just mentioned that as I was talking about my heart pins because it reminds me of me and my husband, or at least I think so. And so I chose, this is actually a dual pin, but it's a set, so it counts. And it is Mickey and Minnie, and they're dressed as Bert and Mary Poppins. Look at that. So if you think about it, I have a Mickey and Minnie as my couple, but I have Bert and Mary Poppins too, so I kind of have a twofer here, right? I adore these two pins, and my husband, Rod, absolutely loves Mary Poppins. So again, I like anything with Mary Poppins. I'll keep her close to me because he just loves Mary Poppins. So I really love these two pins, and that's my favorite Disney couple. Yeah, Minnie and Mickey Mouse, but dressed as Mary Poppins and Bert. That's fun, right? Okay, so our next song, is from Aristocats. Everybody wants to be a cat. Love the Aristocats, and I love cats in general. You may have seen Lola introduce herself in some of my videos, and I have this thing right now with the Cheshire Cat, and so I chose a Cheshire Cat pin because I just love this pin anyway. And it's the Cheshire Cat goofing around with a bunch of teacups. And I do say goofing around because that is the name of the collection that this pin comes from. And this pin is from back in 2000, I'm sorry, I think it's 2005 or 2006. But it's a goofing around collection, and there's a bunch of other characters and up to shenanigans. But this Cheshire Cat with all these teacups, I just love this pin. And I love that it's gold around the outside. It just really makes this pin quite striking. But again, like I said, I'm having this thing for the Cheshire Cat right now, and that's why I chose him for my feline pin. Our next song is A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, and this is your grail pin. Now, a grail pin is a pin that you're longing for or that you really want to get. And I have opened a grail pin, and this is one that I do have, and it's the Alice from the Doorways to Disney collection. So this pin is from the Doorways to Disney collection that I believe came out last year, and they were a monthly release. And this is the Alice pin. She slides over, and the leaf moves back, and you see the Mad Hatter in a teacup. And I just love this pin. I love all of these Doorways to Disney pins, but like I said, these were released last year. And you know, I've been finding, I mostly started my pin collecting this year, but in doing so, I was watching a lot of videos, and so I was seeing people getting these Doorways to Disney, so I kind of like, wow, I really like those pins. So now, of course, they're not readily available, so, you know, they're higher cost to try to get. Well, there's 12 of them, and I do not necessarily want all 12, but I will also show you this, that I do have one that came in that I pulled out of my pin mail for this video. And I'm gonna show you this one. And this is like, I collect Alice in Wonderland, so I have that pin. I haven't even looked at this pin yet. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so cool. This is for another collection that I have. And look, it's the Jungle Cruise. And see, and here's the backer card, isn't that cool? So the Jungle Cruise, the boat slides, and the door opens to the elephant bathing scene. Isn't that amazing? That's my favorite scene, that favorite area in the Jungle Cruise anyway. So look at this pin. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That is so cool. So yes, I did get another one of my grail pins. Now, I want, in these pins, I want the Tiki Room, which when you open the door, see the Barker birds on the front, and when you open the door, you see all the showgirl birds singing. And I want Small World. Oh, I still want that pen. And you open the door, and it's the scene where the hippo in the drops. And that hippo is very iconic for Small World. That's always been my favorite part in the It's a Small World attraction. And the Pirates of the Caribbean, that's the scene at the jail cell, and the door opens and you get to see the guys in jail more, and the dogs holding the keys on the side. And I also want the Haunted Mansion one. And you should have seen the restraint I had through October now in not getting that pin, because when you open the door, it's the hitchhiking ghosts. I love the hitchhiking ghosts, but I did show some restraint. Now, for some people, these might not necessarily qualify for grail pins, because grail pins are kind of, you know, those expensive pins or really hard to get pins. These aren't necessarily hard. I mean, they're a little more difficult to get. You can't just go to the park and get them. They don't have them anymore. But I wanted to pick pins that were at least attainable. So these are still well within a realm of getting them, but if you put them all together, it is one huge grail pin. And so the Doorway to Disney is definitely my grail pin collection that I'm looking for. And I'll be happy with the 6 out of 12. So we'll see how far we get, okay? But I just opened another one, so that's kind of cool, right? Yeah. Our next song comes from Ohana, and it's Shiny. Now, I have to tell you, I love this song, Shiny. It is, Tomatoa sings it, but the actor is Jermaine Clement, and he's from Flight of the Conchords, and him singing the song is just all that. I just absolutely adore him singing the song, and it's really fun because he's singing it to Maui, who is Dwayne Johnson, who sings the other song that just kills me in this animation movie, is Welcome, You're Welcome. It's just the funniest song. So these two guys who are like totally into themselves, battling it out, and you know, Tomatoa is singing the Shiny song. Anyway, I love it. It is just all that. In fact, I think I love Moana just because of those two songs. How about that? But I like Moana too, but those two songs really make it for me. Anyway, so this one is a glittery pin that you have. And I have this glittery pin. Like I said, I collect teacups and oh my gosh, well, it's a whoosh pin, and this is just an open edition pin. You can still get it right now. But I mean, everything goes right about this pin with me. It's got Minnie and Mickey Mouse. They're writing in a teacup, but look at all the glitter happening in there. And I just love that. It just says whoosh. It's a pretty glittery pin. But you may have seen recently that I opened Hong Kong Disneyland pins, and I've got another glittery pin. This is the first pin I opened, and it's Dale in his teacup. Look at how much glitter is on this teacup. Talk about being shiny. That is a shiny pin, and look at Dale, he's just so cute sitting in there. I love this color blue too. The next song comes from the movie Brother Bear, and it's Welcome. Welcome to our family time. That is an amazing song, and this is an Ohana song because it's very much a family song. And so the pin I chose to represent family is this, and it's funny because it's a little tiny pin, is this Seven Dwarfs pin. I got this Seven Dwarfs pin in the very first pin trade that I did with Kate from Princess Minnie. You may have seen my video. If not, I will link it down below, but she was awesome. But look at all 7 dwarfs in this mine train. And I just love this pin, and it reminds me so much of family because when Rod and I got married in 2006, and to the marriage, we each brought children. He brought 2 girls with him, Tara and Alexis, and I brought 3. I brought Holly, Ryan, and Jacob. And when we got married on a Tuesday in 2006, we became a family of 7. And when we had our wedding, which was a very small, family only, very close friends only wedding in a gazebo in a botanical garden, we were really more concerned with making our family blend together than we were, I don't want, it doesn't sound right, than we were about each other. We knew we were okay. We just wanted to make sure the family blended. So right after our wedding, we drove up to Disneyland and did our honeymoon with all the kids. So the 7 of us traipsed around through Disneyland. And even to this day, when we can get as many of them as we can and take those Disneyland trips, we travel as a group, just like we did when we went on our honeymoon, our family honeymoon together to Disneyland. We would go on all the rides together. We would move from land to land together. We would all eat together. No one went off. We all just did it together. So the fact that there are 7 dwarfs piled into this one car, which was just like us, 7 people piled all into the rides together, that's why this pin reminds me so much of family. And I really do like this a lot because of that. So it doesn't have to be the biggest pin that you have or the most expensive pin that you have. It's the memories that you get, at least for me, that makes a pin special. I will say this though, because you know, that was kind of a nice tone, but then I'm gonna pull this pin up. So the welcome song goes, welcome to our family time, but then it goes, welcome to our brotherly time. And this pig is Stitch in a Hawaiian shirt with coconut drink and a lei, and it reminds me of my boys so much. But the fact that it says welcome to our brotherly time, my oldest Holly always called her brother, and she does still to this day, she calls him brother. And I just found that so endearing. Growing up, I was an only child, so I didn't have any brothers or sisters. That's what an only child is. And I always wanted to have like lots of children. So good for me because I ended up with 5, right? But growing up, you know, Holly was my first, and then her brother Ryan came along, and she always called him brother. And I just found that so endearing because I never had that in my life. So this pin always reminds me of Ryan. It also reminds me of her younger brother Jacob, because Jacob had a shirt, I swear he had this exact same shirt. But I think that I'm gonna end up collecting a pin for each of the kids that reminds me of them. So this pin kind of reminds me of family too. And it's very Ohana because it's Stitch, right? Yeah. So, chokes me up. Okay, So the next song comes from one of my favorite animated movies, and that's Alice in Wonderland, and it's Painting the Roses Red. I love that part in that movie. The Queen is so upset. Who's painting the roses red? And their cards are all in there painting the white roses red. It was amazing. And I surprised myself because I don't have that many flower pins, which why it surprises me is that I'm a photographer and mostly what I gravitate toward shooting are florals. And so the fact that I don't have many flower pins just kind of, it was funny to me. I'm even wearing flowers today. But I chose my Alice in Wonderland purse pin. When I opened this purse pack, I fell in love with this pin. There's just so much detail on the Cheshire Cat tail. It's got the black, this black bow. I just love that black bow. It has the hearts for the Queen of Hearts, but it has the white rose and the red rose. And I think that attention to detail is just amazing. So what more appropriate pin for painting the roses red than the red and white roses on here, right? The next song is from Beauty and the Beast, Be Our Guest. And it's a pin from a park that you want to visit. Now, I want to go to all the Disneylands. So let's just say that I want to go to Walt Disney World, but I've been there. I want to go to Disneyland because I love it. Those are the only two I've been to. I have not been to Shanghai Disneyland, Hong Kong Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland, Disneyland Paris. I haven't been to any of those parks. Now, Rod and I have been talking, and you know, we talk about Disneyland Paris, and we talk about Tokyo Disneyland. Now, Rod has been to Tokyo, but he did not go to Tokyo Disneyland. I have not been to Tokyo. I have been to Paris. I have not been to Disneyland in Paris, and Rod has not been to Paris at all. So we kind of think that if we go to Disneyland Paris, I can kind of show Rod around, but if we go to Tokyo Disneyland, he can show me around. Because of all of this, the pin I chose, because I don't have any pins from Disneyland Paris, although I do have some on the way. I do not have any pins from Tokyo Disneyland, but I think those are the two that we lean towards. So I'm choosing It's a Small World because I think it fits. So my It's a Small World pin is going to kind of say how awesome it is that we can have this one connecting factor of Disney and all these different awesome parks in these different countries that will allow us to go and visit them, which is amazing. I think though, I just gravitate more towards wanting to go to Tokyo Disneyland, I think. Disneyland Paris though looks really cool. I just don't know. But either one of them could be really fun, but it is a small world after all, right? Okay. Our next song is a Winnie the Pooh song, Everything is Honey, and it's a food-related pin. Well, I just opened these ice cream pins recently, and this Heimlich pin is the coolest looking pin I think I have ever seen. Look at that caterpillar design on this ice cream pin. This really is one of the most beautiful pins I think that I have seen. I just love this abstract design. I love this blue and green together, and these red circles just pull it off. It just is amazing. Look at the drip on the side. And ice cream's just really good, right? But I had to pick another pin, and I chose a cupcake pin, and it's a Tinkerbell cupcake pin because I am a cupcake decorator, and I love cupcakes. I love decorating cupcakes. I love creating designs for cupcakes. And I promise to get some cupcake designs up on this channel because cupcakes are awesome and cool, and designing them and decorating them is a lot of fun too. So we should be doing that hopefully here pretty soon, right? Okay, so there's that. The last one is It All Started with a Mouse. Now, is that a song? I know it's a saying, so we'll go with that because I'm not sure. But it's a Mickey Mouse pin. Now, I have quite a few Mickey Mouse pins. I've shown you some already, and I tend to also gravitate towards black and white Mickey Mouse pins. I just love black and white Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. But the pin I chose for this is my 2018 partner statue. It all started with a mouse, but it also all started with a really great man who just pushed through and did what he wanted to do. And look what he created. Look what Walt Disney created here. He created an amazing place for people to visit, now in multiple places, but also an idea. And it's the idea that, you know, you can do anything that you want, that dreams can come true. And in 2018, I started a YouTube channel, and I am having a great time. And the fact that in 2018, I can do something that's related to something so wonderful that he created is just mind-boggling to me. And it all started with a mouse, but it also all started with Walt Disney. And I will forever just love that. So this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this pin tag and being able to share a little bit more about me through my pins and through Disney songs. And I'm grateful to Abby and Hope from the Disney Sisters and from Taryn at Twinklebug Taryn for creating this wonderful pin tag. And I'm also grateful for Nina at Wrestling with Disney for tagging me. I hope I did you proud. So if you would like to do this pin tag, I am tagging you. Consider yourself tagged. I would love to see what you have in your collection. And when you do a video, please post it or let me know down below so I can go check it out. I had a great time. I hope you did too. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I do a lot of Disney pin content. I do pin openings and sharing my pin journey just like I did today. Anyway, whatever you're doing today, I hope you're having a magical one. Thank you. Bye.